Pueblo Zoo Education Team to celebrate Earth Day. Let's start by introducing ourselves. I'm the Education Administrator and a zoo school teacher.
And I'm Elissa, the Team Volunteer Coordinator and Program Support.
I'm Heather, the Director of Education.
And I'm Ann, the Virtual Program Coordinator. And I'd like to remind you that we want you to be a part of our conversation about conservation. All you have to do is type your question or comment into the chat box, and we will talk about it at the end of the show.
This week, we are celebrating Earth Day. Our team went out on assignment to find 3 simple things you can do to save the Earth. We are calling today's show Earth Day by the numbers to show how little actions add up if everyone pitches in and conserves every day.
That's right, Ambry. We crunched the numbers so our friends could see that even little actions can lead to big savings. We calculated the daily and yearly impact of each conservation action when just one person acts and then when everyone in Colorado acts.
Along the way, we discovered lots of interesting twists to living more lightly on the earth with the help of our volunteers and zookeepers.
And we were also impressed by how much water, land, and climate change we could save if we just practice better habits and work together.
Let's watch our video and then we will talk about the unexpected information we discovered.
Zoosday Tuesday and Zoo School asked Ashley, the otter keeper, how does turning off the water when you brush your teeth help North American river otters?
That's a great question. Does anyone think they know the answer to that? Yeah?
It saves water.
It saves water. And why would we want to save water for North American river otters? Yeah?
So that they can actually live, because the fish will die and then they'll die because they can't always feed off of all that other stuff.
Exactly, because they're river otters. We need the river for that. So conserving our water usage is very important because we want to help their food source, like the fish we were saying. And then we also want to help these guys out. So yeah, that's really important. Way to go. What a good conservation message. You guys are doing great with your zoo class here. Yes, sir.
I'm continuing his.
Yes.
It's that if they only eat the eggs and vegetables, then it will kill the birds, and the birds will go extinct too.
Yes, that's going to create an off balance, right? So that's how it affects everyone. So something as simple as not having our faucets running will help conserve the water, which helps keep everyone in that balance, because otherwise we get off balance and that affects everyone.
If we brush our teeth twice a day for 2 minutes, we save 3 gallons of water a day. That's over 1,000 gallons a year. If every Coloradan turns off the water, Colorado can save almost 6.5 billion gallons of water for North American river otters. Zoosday Tuesday asked Zach, our bison keeper, to talk to us about the relationship between bison and our native ecosystem, the shortgrass prairie. Here's what he had to say.
Bisons are very important to the ecosystem in the Midwest Plains. They do a lot to help with the plant life that's out there. They're not only useful for, being a prey, but they're also useful as a seed disperse. Like they'll eat food and they'll disperse it, going through their poop. But their thick fur also picks up all those seeds as well, and they disperse it all across the land. In the winter time, because we get so much heavy snow, they will create pathway with their just body for other animals to use to travel. So they are very important to our healthy conservation ecosystem. It's very rare to have 100% bison because there's so many bison out there that's crossbreeding with cows. So Cody is actually one of our few bison that are 100% bison. So we do want to have more babies with them. So CJ is Cody's son. So these guys came very close to extinction, but thankfully for conservation efforts, we were able to conserve some of these guys, and hopefully we'll continue that upward swing to bring 100% purebred bison across America once again.
How can you save habitat for bison? You can eat vegetables instead of meat once a week. It takes about 400 square feet of land to grow a quarter pound of beef. It takes only 4.5 square feet of land to grow a quarter pound of tofu. That means if you switch your meat for veggies once a week for a year, you'll save about a half acre of land. If everyone in Colorado makes the switch, we could save 2.75 million acres of land for our native bison. These are Rodriguez flying foxes, also called fruit bats. They are critically endangered because of deforestation and cyclones. Warmer temperatures cause cyclones to be stronger and more harmful to the bats. You can watch our keeper, Amanda, feed the bats watermelon. Climate change causes storms to be more powerful and dangerous for people and wildlife. Burning fossil fuels releases CO2 into the air, which makes it even warmer. Leaving a 60-watt bulb off for an hour a day is the same as not burning about 1.5 tablespoons of gas. After a year, you have saved over 2 gallons, enough to go 50 miles. And if everyone in Colorado turned off their lights when they left a room, then together we would save close to 13 million gallons of gas.
Wow, I'm impressed with how much Coloradans can do when we all act together. So how about each of you tell our friends some more about land, water, and air?
I'll start. The unexpected fact I found out about using our land for food is some of our land is better for raising meat than for raising vegetables. Here in the shortgrass prairie, we don't get a lot of rain. Native grasses can grow without very many resources because they are adapted to this climate. So raising beef on grass is a good way to use the land. It is just like it was when millions of bison used to live in Colorado. Unfortunately, lots of cattle are fed soybeans instead of grass. Those soybeans are grown in South America and are using up land called the Cerrado that should be habitat for maned wolves. So if you like eating beef, make sure that it's grass-fed beef. And you can still skip meat entirely just once a week to save habitat for wildlife.
I learned that conserving water while brushing teeth benefits more than just otters. The entire ecosystem where they live is healthier when there is plentiful, clean water. Although otters are not considered endangered in the US, they are considered threatened within Colorado. To help biologists collect helpful data, you can visit Colorado Parks and Wildlife's website and report an otter sighting should you have the luck of seeing one in the wild.
And I got a chance to learn about turning off your lights to help limit climate change. I really thought it was interesting to look at the effects of turning off just one light bulb. Imagine all the opportunities you have to use natural light from windows instead of turning on that light bulb in the first place. Climate change feels like such a big problem, but with repeated small actions, our video shows you can truly make a noticeable difference. You can find out lots more this Saturday at the zoo.
That's right. We will be celebrating Earth Day this Saturday, April 22nd from 10 to 2 on grounds with activities and ideas for you. So drop by and learn more about saving habitat for wild animals.
And now I want to take a minute to thank the many volunteers that help the Pueblo Zoo, from gardening to teaching to helping in the office and the gift shop. This week is Volunteer Appreciation Week, so give a big thanks to all the volunteers in your life.
And our special thanks to the volunteers on the other side of the camera that help with Zoosday Tuesday. Thank you to Bill, Dennis, Jim, and Shelly. Thanks for all your help with the show.
And now let's take some of your questions.
John asks, is it better for the environment to buy locally?
Definitely. The gas saved from the shipment of food from faraway places, like the canned mushrooms I saw at the grocery store that were grown in the Netherlands and had ended up in Colorado, that's definitely a savings that we can have. And by buying things from Colorado, maybe you buy things that are even more local, so within the county, and you go out and use the farms and get delicious, wonderful things. You see friends. It's a very communal, good thing to do. So buy local.
Susie wants to know what Anne's favorite meatless meal is.
Well, I have a lot of favorite meals. This week, I cooked a new meal that I found the recipe from the New York Times. And it was basically pasta and lentils and some vegetables, and it was really, really good. But you can find lots of recipes for meatless meals on the website Meatless Mondays. You just go to meatlessmonday.org.
Jose asks, if we want to help the climate, is using LED lights a better choice?
So yes, using LED lights is a way better choice. I actually have an example of some LED lights that we're going to give away at the zoo on Earth Day. So if you come visit us, you can get some. And this says that this replaces a normal 60-watt iridescent light bulb with using only 9 watts. So it's definitely a better choice for the environment.
All right, well, thanks for joining us for Zoosday Tuesday. Thanks for your questions, and we'll see you in 2 weeks when we're going to talk about bird migration. Bye.
Woohoo.
And you could hear it, Shelley. Yes.
What if she told us
Yeah.
no?